If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 84 of the Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 15. Today is a massive episode with some huge games that we cannot afford to lose. First off, we play against Liverpool, who are top of the table here at home at Stamford Bridge. We're 5 points behind them currently, and we just need a win so bad right now. We've not been in the best of form. Starting a very strong side, though, with Diego Costa getting the nod ahead of Robert Lewandowski, but still a full strength 100% first team. Other than that, of course, though, Ramirez still in the starting lineup ahead of the injured Nemanja Matic, who's out with a broken ankle, but he will be making an appearance towards the end of the episode, so it'd be nice to have him back. Liverpool starting with a 4-2-3-1 as well. Sturridge up top with Lallana behind him, Divock Origi on the one side, and Brian Ruiz on the other, the Costa Rican, obviously formerly of Fulham. You guys will be familiar with Brian Ruiz. He's starting on the wing for Liverpool, formerly of Fulham. But Robin goes on a lovely run here. Good save by Mignolet, but it drops straight to Hazard. I could not have dreamed of a better start in a game that we just need 3 points from, as that weird glitch where they celebrate and puff their chest out in a really odd fashion, kind of break half their ribs to do so. Hazard celebrates scoring the goal. I get caught here in possession though by Paul Pogba. Sturridge gets it across to Brian Ruiz, but it's a good save down low by Thibaut Courtois. I need him to be in good form today. I need the luck to go my way if we're going to get 3 points against the side that really are the main title rivals right now, Liverpool. Arsenal are up there as well, as also Manchester United. Manchester City, sorry. Man United are down in mid-table, aren't they? But Sturridge with another good save, and it drops towards Adam Lallana, but a pinpoint tackle from Ricardo Rodriguez just gets there first with a big curly toe to stop Liverpool from going back on level terms. Cesc Fabregas, though, in a Liverpool shirt now, has the shot and draws a save out of Courtois. Obviously, we used Cesc as make weight plus cash to try and bring in Paul Pogba to the club. And actually, Paul Pogba has been incredible for me defensively, but I cannot score goals with him, as you've seen over the past few episodes. And we could not get a second here to save my life either. Brilliant defending from Joe Allen back there with a last-ditch sliding tackle to deny Oscar the opportunity to go 2-0 up. 80 minutes, though, ball comes in from that following corner. Up goes Costa. Good save by the goalkeeper. Hazard squares it back out to Parejo. In it comes again. Oscar with a header. And Mignolet scrambles to get it around the post to push it out for another corner, which unfortunately nothing came from. In actual fact, the following corner spawned a counter-attack from Liverpool. Sergio Ramos can't quite get the tackle in there. Brian Ruiz with a gorgeous cross. Balotelli with the header. Courtois rooted to the spot, but the luck was with me. It hit the post and came back out. Joe Allen put in that brilliant tackle earlier on to stop Oscar from scoring, but gives it away this time. Diego Costa slots through the Brazilian. He's got the pace to get away from Adam Lallana, and he buries it past Simon Mignolet. Chelsea 2, Liverpool 0. A vital 3 points to keep our title hopes alive. We could not ask for a better result here at home against Liverpool, the biggest of title rivals right now. And that is the probably most important result we've had all season long to this point. We head, though, into another Barclays Premier League game, again at home, this time against local rivals West Ham United. Obviously, West Ham on the east side of London, and we are in the southwest side of London, but still a London derby. And from the old hooligan days in the 80s and early 90s, it's still a very big game, Chelsea against West Ham. So we're starting a rotation side here, though, because this game is followed by the semi-final in the FA Cup against Arsenal at Wembley. So, understandably, I wanted all of my first team strongest players to be fully fit for that game. So, rotation side here. John Terry gets a start with Kurt Zuma playing at CDM. They're playing a very narrow 4-1-2-1-2, West Ham, with Enner Valencia and Lewis Graben up top, a player I didn't expect to see in a West Ham shirt, to be completely honest. Mauro Zarate and Jafra Sakho on the bench, so they do have good striking options to call upon should they be unable to score a goal. And Courtois gets really lucky there. He actually spilled that shot, couldn't hold on to it first time around the free kick, but was able to pounce on the rebound before it got too far away from him. And that seems to be something he's done quite a lot recently, actually. Had a very good game against Liverpool, I'll give him that. Courtois concedes a goal there, but fortunately for me, that brilliant header from Kouyaté gets chalked off for offside. All three defenders stepped at the final minute, just stopped their runs, and the two West Ham strikers, or two West Ham most forward players, because obviously Kouyaté isn't a striker, were played offside. But Courtois has been making a few mistakes recently with shots that he's either palmed straight to a striker or hasn't been able to hold on to a shot, and it's just spilled loose. But fortunately for me, he's been able to do okay in this episode. This was a fresh recording session from the previous one, where obviously I was in bad form and we lost a couple of games in the last 2 episodes or so. So I was pleased that in this new session I was actually playing some decent football, and we seem to be getting a good result against Liverpool, and then hopefully going to be getting a good result here against West Ham, because Robert Lewandowski smashes in the goal to put us 1-0 up after 39 minutes, after a really nice run from Willian actually, and he was heavily involved in a move 5 minutes later as well down this right hand side, just completely annihilating their defence here, twisting this way and that, then gives it to Oscar DeMarcos, who stands the cross up into the box. Lewandowski's gorgeous header loops it over the top of the goalkeeper, but it comes back off the bar, and eventually they smash it clear. So into the second half we go. Sona into Whitehead, who's going to play it around the corner to Lewis Graben. Lovely turn by him, and actually going to play a 1-2 here. No, it actually goes to Enner Valencia, who slots it underneath the goalkeeper, but luckily for me into the side netting and not inside the post. So we are only 10 minutes from time now. They're making a change, but we have a corner. Parejo's going to stand it up into the box. Up goes JT, back in the starting lineup for the first time in forever, and he hits the bar. Almost marks his return to the starting lineup with a goal. Couldn't quite do it though. Willian was clearly man of the match in this one, although Lewandowski's going to turn inside here, find Ashley Posher. Just needs a little bit of space to get it on that left foot, and he finds it to get it into the bottom corner. Chelsea 2, West Ham 0. So that's 2 back-to-back 2-0 victories at home to give us 6 points in the Barclays Premier League. Points that were just, you couldn't put a price on those 6 points really. They were so crucial to our Barclays Premier League hopes this season. But into arguably, even though we've already played Liverpool, who were top of the table, arguably this is the biggest game of the episode. At Wembley Stadium, the FA Cup semi-final against huge rivals Arsenal Football Club. In the other half of the draw, Liverpool play Stoke. Our game is the first of the 2, so after this game, the other finalist hasn't been decided yet, but we don't know who's going to win this one. Is it going to be us in the FA Cup final, or are Arsenal going to beat us to it? Obviously, Arsenal in real life have had back-to-back FA Cup finals, so it's a competition that they do well in, if that makes sense. And we obviously won the FA Cup in the second season. We won the FA Cup and the Barclays Premier League last year, and in the first season we won the Champions League and the Capital One Cup. Now we've already won the Capital One Cup this year, but we're out of the Champions League, so we do still stand a chance of doing a domestic cup double as well as doing the domestic treble as well, if we can get towards the top of the table. But we have to get past Arsenal first. Hazard down the left-hand side into Ramirez. Obviously, this is going to be a really nervy game, but Oscar's going to get it around the outside to Robin. This was actually a beautiful move, a wonderful team move. Oscar gets on the end of the elongated 1-2 with Robin and slots us 1-0 in front after 9 minutes. We couldn't have asked for a better start against Liverpool with Hazard scoring after 4, and we couldn't have asked for a better start in the FA Cup semi-final with Oscar scoring after 9. Brilliant stuff here from us in today's episode, but Arsenal were not to be brushed aside. Edin Dzeko just a few minutes later proved that I really would have to have my wits about me if we wanted to ensure that we kept this 1-0 lead, but I gave the ball away there with Oscar on the edge of the box. I turned and then he just kind of locked off the ball and ran in the opposite direction. I was really perplexed by that. Ricardo Rodriguez though can't get the ball away either. Dzeko whips it towards the top corner. Lovely technique and a brilliant save again by Courtois, but we still can't get it clear. Wilson's going to play a 1-2 with the Bosnian, and then he's going to draw a good save out of Thibaut Courtois down low to his right hand side. Arsenal on top at the start of the second half. So much pressure on me right now. Courtois gets it out for the corner. Wilshere dusts himself off to take the corner himself. He's going to stand it up towards the back post. Courtois comes, then goes back, and that gives Koscielny the space to be able to get the header in and bring Arsenal level at 1-1 just before the hour mark. So into extra time we go. Question of whether that should have been a red card there with a man coming through the back of my player in the middle of the pitch. But Robin's got Hazard in so much space here. Surely he's going to make it 2-1 to Chelsea. A brilliant last-ditch tackle by Debussy, who walks through Koscielny's shoulder to celebrate. He lunges in, it hits him on the back there and just goes wide of the post as it deflects down towards that far post. Kieran Gibbs down the left-hand side to Edin Dzeko. Only seconds left in the first half of extra time. Squeezes it underneath Laporte's foot. Santi Cazorla with a brilliant turn and shot, but it deflects straight to Callum Chambers, who shows electric reactions to rifle that into the back of the net. It's so lucky. It takes a deflection and goes straight to Chambers, who immediately swivel volleys it into the back of the net. Wonderful technique from a defender to make it Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1 as we head into the second half of extra time. We have 15 minutes to rescue our FA Cup semi-final hopes. Robin with the throw into, almost says Santi Cazorla, into Paul Pogba, to Griezmann, across to Diego Costa. Griezmann's made the run in behind. His first touch goes around Aaron Ramsey and he smashes it into the bottom corner to make it 2-2 in the 108th minute. The first touch was really weird. Ramsey almost overcommitted, tried to go around Griezmann there as he kind of almost pulled his shirt, and the first touch went around him. As Aaron Ramsey steps back across, actually Griezmann crashes into him and he shoots. 2-2 the final result as we head into penalties. On paper, we had the best penalty takers, so I was confident that we could do well here in the penalty shootout. We score the first goal or first penalty with Ricardo Rodriguez. Danny Welbeck hits the post and it goes across the goal mouth and out. Away from goal, we are 1-0 up after the first round of penalties. Eden Hazard doesn't miss a penalty for Chelsea until now. 99% of his penalties in a blue shirt go in, and that was part of the 1%. Aaron Ramsey, though, trying a little bit of hijinks on the line. Ramsey dinks it, and he goes over the bar. Arsenal missed both of their penalties. After 4 pens, only one has been scored. Can Robin score the 5th to give us a 2-0 lead? Just. Szczesny gets a lot on that, but luckily for me, it goes through him into the back of the net. Up steps Mesut Ozil. Chance to make it 2-1 for Arsenal, get their first penalty on the board, and he does so. So the lead after 3 penalties each is just 1 goal. Half missed, half scored. Diego Costa steps up, scores. 3-1 we lead on penalties now. Santi Cazorla has to score to make sure that Arsenal aren't knocked out in penalties. Oh, and he just does it, rifling it down the middle. Courtois dives out of the way, only inches between his legs and the ball. And Manu Matic on as a substitute, back in the start or back in the side for the first time in 3 months with a broken ankle to win in the game. Gives it straight to Szczesny down the middle. I couldn't believe it. We could have won 4-2 on pens. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain has the chance to make it 3-3 if he can score this. And he scores his dink. Unlike Aaron Ramsey who put it over, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain makes it 3-3 on penalties after 6 apiece. Griezmann makes it 4-3. That's ridiculous penalties now. 2 missed aside and we're 4-3 up. Mathieu Debussy to keep Arsenal in it. Oh, again, down the middle. Courtois dives out the way and there's only inches between his legs and the ball. Sergio Ramos stereotypically smashes him over the top of the bar, but this time puts it into the top right-hand corner. We lead 5-4 on penalties. Kieran Gibbs to keep Arsenal in it. Hits the post, it goes out. We're through to the FA Cup final, but the players don't really seem to care. Courtois is just casually strolling off. And all the players are just casually... We're in the FA Cup final, boys. What are you doing? The fans are going nuts. They recognise the achievement. But the players... no reaction. Just going to stroll off. We're through to the FA Cup final as if, no sweat after an incredible game that ended with an unbelievable penalty shootout. No sweat. We're in the FA Cup final. And the Barclays Premier League table, thanks to our 6 points today, is so tight at the top. 3 teams on 64 points. Liverpool and Newcastle both with a game in hand over Arsenal. And we're on 62, just 2 behind. This title race is going right down to the wire. As is the fight for relegation down the bottom. I don't think I scrolled down. I may have done it at the very beginning of this particular highlight. I apologise that... if I didn't, but I haven't. But as you can see, it is very tight down there with Villa, Fulham and Stoke. And I think the 2 sides in 19th and 20th are on about 24, 23 points as well. So it's going to go down to the final game at the top and the bottom of the tables, you would think. But that's going to bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. It'd be fantastic if we could hit maybe 500 or so because of the wonderful achievements that we were able to achieve in today's episode. Of course, there'll be a Career Mode Road to Glory episode coming your way later on tonight, as well as around about 5 or 6 o'clock, the next episode in the Youth Squad Challenge with Channel Sports and MGH. So definitely check that out as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.